welcome to this digestion lesson. What this digestion lesson is going to be about is all about the symptoms of your digestive system. So how can you tell if your digestive system is not functioning optimally? By listening to your body and the symptoms that your body is communicating with you is how you can tell if your digestive system or any system in the body is not working properly. The symptoms for digestive issues would be bloating, constipation, diarrhea, alternating constipation and diarrhea, gas, feeling tired all the time, burping, sugar cravings, feeling cramping in the digestive system, heartburn, food sitting in your stomach. These are all signs that something isn't quite right within your digestive system. So if you find that you're constipated, it could be to do with that you're low in fiber. Fiber helps to push the food throughout the digestive system. You could also be low in peristalsis. So peristalsis is the movement of food throughout the digestive system, but it's muscle contractions. So your body could actually be low in that. So stomach acid actually stimulates peristalsis. So it stimulates the movement of the muscles throughout the digestive system to push the food forward. So you could be low in fiber, but you could also be low in peristalsis activity. Being dehydrated is also a symptom of being constipated because there's not enough water to fluff up the food and bowel movement as such to push it out. So just make sure you're not dehydrated. If you are in the washroom and your urine looks like apple juice, that could mean that you are dehydrated. So the darker the color is, the more dehydrated you are. You do not want it crystal clear. That means you're too hydrated. You want it to kind of look a little bit like lemonade. So just always have a little peek, see where you're at to see if you need to drink more water or not. If you're anyway sedentary, so if you're sitting down at your desk all day, you're not getting a lot of movement. Movement actually stimulates peristalsis as well. So if you're sitting all day, your digestive system's just going to be slower, so leading to more chances of getting constipation. If your thyroid function is low, this again could be another symptom of constipation. Your colon angle is of super importance. When you sit on your toilet, next time you sit on your toilet, have a look and see if your hips are the same height or higher than your knees. Ideally, your hips should be lower than your knees, as this opens up the angle of your colon to empty. If you have a very high toilet and your feet are on the floor or dangling, but your hips are higher or the same height as your knees, this is going to close the angle of your colon, making it harder to pass a bowel movement. A squatty potty, if you've ever heard of them, this is what's fantastic for changing the angle of your colon, supporting the movement of feces throughout the colon and aiding the removal and having a bowel movement. So squatty potty is one to look up. Diarrhea can be from stress, so can constipation, but diarrhea can be from stress. It can be from eating foods that don't agree with your digestive system. Your body can just hit an emergency exit and just say, get the hell out. And then eating too much fiber, eating foods that don't agree with you, and just, it could also be that there's a bacteria, there's something in there your digestive system does not want in there, and it just pushes it out. But you do not want to be suffering from diarrhea 3-4 days a week. It can lead to dehydration, malabsorption, and you're not digesting anything because the food's just running straight out of your body. Another thing, back to constipation, sorry I forgot, was coffee. If the first thing you do in the morning is have a coffee and you have a bowel movement within 30 minutes of that coffee, it's essentially kind of like a false bowel movement because coffee stimulates that emergency exit like diarrhea and it just pushes everything out. So it could mean that you're not absorbing the food that you've eaten. So just bear that in mind. It's going to be more about this topic in the elimination lesson. And then alternating constipation and diarrhea is a sign that digestive system there's something wrong. If you're suffering from gas, if it's silent and violent or loud and proud, these can mean different things, but suffering from gas all the time is a sign that your digestive system is not happy with you. If you find that you're tired all the time, this can be from different reasons. This could be because you're not absorbing the protein in the food that you're eating. You're not sleeping well. Your blood sugar's all over the place. Your blood sugar's imbalanced. You're going roller coaster from high to low. There's different things that it can affect why you're tired all the time, but if your digestive system is anyway compromised, it's going to affect the amount of food that you're absorbing, the amount of nutrients that's available for your body to function on. This is why if you're tired all the time, you need to help to support your digestive system. Burping can be a sign of low stomach acid, so it just means that you aren't digesting your food properly. Sugar cravings can mean that there's too much sugar, your gut bacteria is being fed sugar, so this could just mean that you are choosing the wrong foods, essentially. Your gut bacteria is craving it, or the yeast in your gut bacteria is craving it as a fuel source. Cramping, again, can just be another symptom of the digestive system. Heartburn can be a sign that you've got too little stomach acid. Stomach acid is very important, as I said, for the breakdown of protein and minerals in the body. Stomach acid is very important to kill off any harmful bacteria in the gut. It's also very helpful to help stimulate the release of alkaline juices later on the digestive system to help absorption. So there's going to be a whole lesson on stomach acid. If you suffer from heartburn, I suggest putting those antacids on hold. Follow the digestive protocol in the heartburn HCl lesson and see if it'll help to improve your symptoms. Food sitting in your stomach, again, can be to do with low HCl, low stomach acid, because the protein isn't being absorbed. Protein takes about 6 hours to get absorbed through your digestive system. Carbohydrates take about 2 hours. So if you find that food is sitting in your stomach and it was a high protein meal, it can mean that the protein isn't breaking down because you don't have enough stomach acid. So just with these symptoms alone, there's many more of the digestive system, but what I want you to focus on is if you suffer from any of these, I want you to try and track your symptoms. So for a week, track the food that you're eating, track your symptoms, and track your mood. You're trying to see a pattern if there's any food that you eat that maybe 12 hours later, 18 hours later, 24 hours later, that you're kind of feeling these symptoms. So be it bloating, be it gas, constipation. But also track your mood, because your gut health is related to mood. So it's very important, they all are in combination, but try and track the food that you're eating to provide your digestive system with, the symptoms that those foods are creating, and how your mood is affected by the food and the symptoms of your digestive system. So take out a piece of paper, start writing down how you feel for a week,